Hey guys, Chris here with EKY Tuning. I was wanting to dive a little bit into some fuel tuning today with you on HP tuners. I'd like to run you through some of the basics. I'm not going to get into setting up histograms or what you need to turn off in the ECU to get this data, so on and so forth. That's going to be in a later video. What I am going to show you is how to take logged data and use that properly to modify your tune. So if you've already got a proper log, this video is going to show you how to use that data in order to dial in your tune. So let's get started here. So I'm assuming that you're already going to have your mass air failed out, which means you're going to be running in volumetric efficiency. So you want to jump to the engine tab here. You want to go to the primary VE, and this is where we'll be doing our work. There is a 3D graph here that does come in handy. It's not smooth, but we're not worried about that. This is not dialed in right now. This is purely for educational purposes. You can do manual smoothing. You can do interpolation. There's ways to get these peaks and valleys out, but we'll touch on that a little bit later. What I want to show you right now, and I'll just pull these up side by side, is a log file that I got earlier. I may pull it up side by side. There we go. Okay, so this is our EQ error, and we received this data from our wideband. This is a percent error. Anything in green is rich, anything in red is lean. You typically want to keep it no more than 2% error. The majority of this is pretty close. You know, we do have some lean spots here, 6.5%, 7.7 here. We do have some fairly rich spots, 4.1 here. So we're going to try to remedy that. So after you've collected your data, and like I said, this is from a wideband, this is not from the narrowband oxygen sensors, what you'll want to do, and this is so simple, you will select this whole table, if I can get my mouse to cooperate. It's wanting to jump around on me. Okay, we'll select that whole table, Control C to copy. We'll jump over here to our VE table. We're going to right click, paste special, and multiply by %half. You want to do half because you don't want to overshoot the runway. If you go, especially being this close where we're just seeing, you know, 0.07 and 0.06 in certain cells as percent error, you don't want to overshoot it because you're just going to chase your tail. It's better to multiply by half and move on. Get another log later. So you'll see, I'll just go ahead and bring this back up full screen so everybody can get a good look. We do have some cells here that we didn't touch, and that is not a problem. HP Tuners has a way to figure out what kind of data roughly needs to be in these cells, and it's called interpolation. So we would start here, drag here, so that's a cell we had data on, that's a cell we had data on. We didn't collect any data on the middle two cells. You want to go to this button here, and you'll interpolate between vertical bounds, and that filled in the data for us. We're going to do the same thing throughout the rest of the table where we did not collect data. It just takes a minute, and this will help get your tune closer without you having to worry about hitting things that you just aren't able to on the street. You'll see here we did collect some data here, and we collected some data here we did not here. What you want to do is the same process except horizontally, and we will interpolate between horizontal bounds. That'll fill in that data that we needed there. This is a bit too much of a gap. I don't like to go more than 2 cells deep. So 3 cells in between data collection is just a bit deep for me. So we're going to leave that alone for now. We're going to try to collect some more data on that later on. One thing I did want to point out, we did get some bad data, and that is because I hit the rev limit of 6,800. And you can see this value is far higher than anything surrounding it. So what we're going to do is we'll just go in there and we will manually edit this cell. 113 is directly to the left of it. We're going to be safe, and we're going to hit it with 116. Now you'll see if you look at the 3D graph that there are some peaks and valleys. You want this as smooth as you can get it. If you look at what I'm doing right now, I'm just kind of circling around the 3D graph, and what that's also doing is it is showing you in the 2D graph what cells you're hitting. So we should be able to go and grab everything here where I was just circling. Let's see here. And we will smooth that selection. And you'll see that smoothed that out quite a bit. Now we've still got a bit of a dip here. That's fine. I believe that we would want to collect some more data before we moved on from there. Now we do have some peaks and valleys here at the top. That's really not to be worried about, in my opinion. Different people say different things. If you did want to smooth it out, you could hit it a few times there. It'll straighten it out a little bit better than it was. That is pretty much the basics of getting your fuel dialed in. You'll want to do this a few times, get several logs, get good data, but this is how it's done. So what we're going to do with this peak is we're going to grab that and we're going to bring it down manually. I like it good and flat there. That's going to bring us down to 110. Which I believe is okay for the RPM we're hitting. We know it's going to be cutting out there. Not really too worried about it. I'm not really too happy with this section here. We'll just hit that with 70 across. That'll give us a good flat starting point, and we will let's interpolate that data or smooth that data there. Alright, so now you can see we got a lot less peaks and valleys there with values that are pretty similar to what we started with. You'll definitely want to collect some more data there. I am going to go ahead and interpolate this data as well. It's good and flat. You know, we're not really too concerned with this section here. You're not going to touch it too much. So this is a good base map to get started with. You know, if this was your first go around on collecting data. I hope this information's been helpful. If you guys would like to see more, definitely subscribe. Shoot a like. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear them. All my DIY people, hang in there and keep on keeping on. You guys have a good day.